Billy back here to review episode 1 of season 3 of Stranger Things. So, at the end of season 2, 11, or L, closes the gate. So we thought that was it for the giant mind flayer. Well, we go to 1985 in a lab, and scientists, Russians, uh, attempt to open the gate. However, the gate kind of closes itself back, and one of the scientists are killed, and the other one's told he has a year. So Russia is trying to unleash the Mind Flayer, and now it's personal, I guess. So it's wanting to go back to Hawkins. We go to Hawkins. Normal teenage stuff. Elle and Mike are making out, and Hopper leans back in his chair, and he's like, "Hey!" And he tells them that they're too close, and Mike's kind of arrogant about it, so he's getting frustrated, and he goes to Joyce later on in the episode for advice. She tells him to communicate, not yell, but actually talk to them, and he said it doesn't work. She gives him a few pointers. They hold hands. Um, he asks her for dinner to get more pointers. She says no, she has plans. She's still getting over Bob dying. And honestly, I can't blame her. Bob was a good man, and he is missed in the show. But, the writers, the Duffer Brothers, do an amazing job with knowing when to pull the trigger on certain things, because sometimes you kill off a character and it makes the story go forward. So that's kind of what happened here. Um, let's see, other highlights of the episode. Billy is a lifeguard, and he's a mean guy, and he asks Mrs. Wheeler to meet him at the Motel 6 at the pool. Um, She is getting all makeuped up, sees her husband with their youngest daughter, and kind of maybe has some second thoughts about it. But we won't know until I watch episode 2. So that happened at one point. I don't want to talk about the ending yet because that was big. We go to the mall, the new mall, Starcourt, and it's affecting downtown, the rest of the town. So Nancy gives advice to the newspaper staff, and she's not treated with respect at all. He goes, "Oh, you forgot mustard," and he makes it a big deal. So they treat her like dirt. And her boyfriend, um, Jonathan Byers, he works there too, doing photos and stuff. But it just, they're womanizers. They don't treat her with respect. So that happens. Dustin comes home. He gets frustrated. He's trying to radio his friends. No one's answering. His mom tells him to calm down. He gets home. All of his toys start moving, and they stop. And then he sprays Lucas in the eyes with hairspray because he gets frightened. Pretty funny moment there. He talks about his girlfriend Susie. She's a Mormon from Utah, and they set up a radio tower. And before they even set it up, pretty much 11 and Mike say his curfew is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're going to go back to the house and make out, that kind of thing. Normal teenage stuff. So they leave, and everyone leaves at the end. Will being the last one, and then Dustin. He hears some people from Russia talking in code, and he's like, "Susie, is that you?" So he doesn't really understand what's going on here, but Russia's back up the thing, and they've opened the gate. Meanwhile, we also see a bunch of rats come together and explode. So something weird's going on here, and we don't know what it is yet. It's very, very intriguing as to what's going to happen next. I'm very interested in the story. It's very good. Also Hopper's talk with Mike does not go well. He tells us what's wrong with his grandma after Mike's arrogant. He puts him in the truck and says, "Your grandma's fine." He goes, "You piece of crap." And so he keeps locking the door on him, and finally he says, "Look, you're going to sit here. I'm going to talk. You're going to listen, and maybe I'll allow you to continue to date my daughter." So, classic Hopper. I like it. He's set in his ways, and he wants 11 to be treated well, and he doesn't like the way that Mike is around her and everything. So he kind of loses it a little bit, but I think a lot of dads would in that situation. Um, in the episode, Billy's going to go meet Nancy. Not Nancy, sorry. Nancy Wheeler's mom, Mrs. Wheeler. And he drives, of course, hits something because he's not paying attention. He's walking through, like, talking to Mrs. Wheeler and stuff on the way to the motel. Right, he yells at his car, calls it a piece of crap and stuff, although he's the one driving it. And then He wants to know who's there. He hears noises. He gets dragged down the stairs, and that was the end of the episode. So what a cliffhanger there. So something is happening to Billy, which ironically my name's Billy, but I can't stand his character. He's an a-hole. So he gets dragged down, and that's the end of the episode. So I'm very curious to see what happens. Very good episode to start the season. Good character development, good plot. I think this is a great first episode, and I will watch episode 2 at some point, and I will have it up on this channel. At the end of the season, I'm going to invite my friends Dusty and Jack, and we are going to get together and review the season as a whole, and where we think the story could go, that kind of, just a reaction basically to what we thought of the season. So look for that here in the coming weeks. Hopefully soon I got to get together with them. At least Jack and I'll try to get Dusty there too, so there's a 3-person panel. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to episode 2. So take care and be looking for that in the coming days. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. I want to thank you for tuning in and continue to watch Stranger Things Season 3.